The Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons will meet on Sunday, October 2nd, in an NFC South game, with the Falcons being 3-point home underdogs. Through the first 3 weeks of this season, the Panthers have already eclipsed their entire regular season loss total from a year ago. 3 weeks into the season, the Atlanta Falcons are in first place in the NFC South. With last year's home win, the Falcons were the only team to stop the Panthers during last year's regular season. Despite their 1-2 start, the public is still backing the Panthers as they are getting a majority of action on the early line in this game. The Carolina Panthers had cruised through their first 14 games in 2015. They were 2 wins away from posting just the second 16-0 regular season in NFL history. Carolina downplayed the significance of its accomplishment, as most teams do when reaching those heights. But the thought had to be there with games against the Falcons and Buccaneers last on the list. When Carolina visited the Georgia Dome in Week 16, the streak came to a painful end. Facing a Falcons team that had just fallen out of contention for a postseason berth with a 5-game losing streak, and one that the Panthers whacked 38-0 just 2 weeks prior, Atlanta ended the suspense with an improbable 20-13 victory. Cam Newton had 2 chances to lead the Panthers to a comeback victory late in the fourth quarter, but he could not hit pay dirt. It was the fewest points scored in a regular season game for the NFL's most productive offense. The Atlanta Falcons star receiver Julio Jones played Monday night against the Saints despite being hampered by a calf injury. With only 1 catch, it's fair to assume the injury was still affecting him. The offense still produced big numbers in New Orleans, however. Jones has to be at full strength against the Panthers. He had a huge touchdown catch in the upset win over Carolina last year, and with Mohamed Sanu nursing a sore shoulder, Jones will definitely be more involved. It's tough to gauge how good the Falcons are after 3 weeks of the season. A loss to Tampa Bay in the opener, followed by 2 offensive outbursts and wins over Oakland and New Orleans, leaves us wondering. That makes Sunday's contest with the Panthers a good measuring stick. The offense has clicked against struggling defenses, but the Falcons' defense has been just good enough the past 2 weeks. On the Carolina Panthers side, they looked out of sorts in a frustrating loss to Minnesota last week. With all the unrest around Charlotte, playing away from home could be exactly what Carolina needs to get back on track. Focused on playing football, Carolina will take advantage of Atlanta's 30th ranked defense and return to the high-powered team we're used to seeing. This game has the makings of a shootout, but the total is still a bit too high. For our pick and prediction, we'll take the under 49.5 points. For our pick and prediction on this game and every other game this week, and a wealth of free stats and information, check out backthebook.com.